As the video says, the bond market just broke. Here on the chart, the daily time frame, this is TLT, the bond market just broke up out of this pattern. Now your bond market is now most likely going to move in a healthy way, which means we get our volatility back in the markets. Your yields are most likely going to go down because yields act in the inverse direction of the bond market. So when bond market goes up, yields usually go down. Now your stock market, you guys have been having pretty bad news. So most likely your stock market will follow the direction of the yields. Here is your 2-year yield. We finally got a break that I have been waiting for. The 2-year broke downward, which means if it keeps going down and going to this price target, the rates should lower as well. Because the Fed, as it says here, Fed follows the 2-year yield. So most likely your yields are going to go to 3.256% for the 2-year. This is just the pattern it broke out of, and you are below the giant moving average, so it gives you more of a push downward. Here's your 10-year yield. I believe on Monday, I said if it gets rejected, it goes down. Wednesday, I said you're probably going to go lower now since you broke out of the pattern. Today, you guys have almost hit that price target on the 10-year yield. And for those of you that don't know, this one controls your inflation. So your inflation most likely will go down, but this is also what you refinance your house at. So rates hopefully keep coming down lower. So those of you that got that 6% rate on your mortgage, you guys can refinance at a lower rate eventually. Now it will most likely hit this trend line here on the bottom and then reverse for a little bit, or it could just blast right through. We will see as it gets closer. Your S&P 500. This is on the daily. You guys were in this rising pattern, had this multiple top here at the top, and now you guys are coming back down. Looks like you are trying to break out of the trend line. That is not a clean break, so I will not call it a break. But very, very close to breaking out of this pattern, which would give your S&P 500 a healthy pullback that it's been needing for like 3 months. And we will see if that happens. Here is your NASDAQ on the daily time frame. You guys have this upward pattern. It came down, broke out of it, came up, retested, and then got rejected yesterday. Today was kind of a flat day. Usually when it does a big move, it does that. Now we will see next week if we continue to go lower. Most likely we're going to hit this blue line here and the giant moving average. Those are forms of support. And I'm thinking most likely since this giant moving average is moving up like a freight train, you're going to have a bounce. Most likely. Here's your Dow Jones. On Wednesday, I said most likely you guys are going to turn around, retest the blue line. Would you look at that? You came around, retested the blue line, and then now you're sitting near it. Near all the other highs, so the other attempts to break through the blue line. So your Dow Jones, we don't know where it's going because it hasn't broken anything or moved anywhere. And we will see next week where it goes. Here is your Bitcoin. For those of you that don't know, broke out of a giant head and shoulders pattern, bearish pattern, came down. Also, bearish pattern of a rising wedge up over here that it broke down out of. This one's at 57,000. This one's at 47,000 for the head and shoulders. And you guys are sitting on this zone here. It's an accumulation zone, and it's a lot of support there. So it's going to take a while to break through if it tries to break through. It will most likely just sit here, and we may see a short reversal, creating a bearish pattern to help us bring through that accumulation zone, or it's a horizontal pattern that breaks up to the upside, and we try to go hit that giant moving average. Bitcoin hasn't set up anything yet, so I will not say anything yet. Your XRP is sitting on this trend line. It's a downward trend line. If we do find support, most likely we'll come up and hit this other trend line here. Nothing has confirmed yet, so we don't know yet, but your XRP is making a decision, just like Bitcoin. Here's your gold. You guys will most likely need to curl over, and I said on Wednesday I would most likely draw the pattern that I will. So here, You guys have a left shoulder, head, right shoulder forming. Very weak on this little left shoulder, but it's there. Don't forget about it. But if we break this neckline here or this trend line, most likely your gold will continue to go lower and pull back to the giant moving average. We will see what it does. Here's your silver. I also see a pattern on this one, which I will draw for you right now. You guys have a left shoulder. Go over here, get the head, and then right about here, get the other shoulder, and then move this over. This is what your silver looks like. Very, very wonky pattern drawing. But if you guys break down below this neckline, most likely you will come down and hit this other line over here. We can draw a price target on this one. Go ahead, go here, and then if you break it, oh, would you look at that? You come down and test the other trend line. This other trend line is really strong. If I zoom out, it's been tested multiple times, multiple good runs. But your silver most likely is going to have a pullback because of that giant rip up it had. So you can maybe expect to see a a $70 silver. We will see what happens. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, maybe comment, and let me know what you guys think of this. Maybe you have something for me to analyze for you. But overall, your markets, your bond market just woke up this week. Your markets are now going to move better because now the big market, because the bond market's the big market, has movement now. Your yields most likely to go down lower as shown with their patterns, and your gold and silver, your assets, most likely going to have a pullback due to them being a little overextended. And I will see you guys Monday.